So you're saying that it's not really something for girls, and secondly, time.
Yeah.
All right, very clear. And let's go to Lynn. Good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Can you explain your name in English, Lynn?
Actually, I don't think that my name has a meaning in English, so maybe I will skip this question. And for the second question, I haven't ever played online games because it's not my favorite hobby to play in game. Instead,
Mm-hmm.
I like to read books. And playing online game is waste of time and it's also harmful to my eyes.
Correct. It's um, it's hurtful. Maybe you can say it's painful for my eyes, or it hurts my eyes. Hurtful is not the correct way. I think I know what you mean, but I would say it's painful or it hurts my eyes.
That's okay.
All right. Thank you, Lynn. I still cannot believe your. What is it? Can you translate? What does it mean in Vietnamese? Is there any way you can say? Ah, I found it. I found your. I was googling it on internet, Lynn. I come up with this meaning for your name. I put it
Yeah,
in the chat.
yeah, it is highlight in Chinese meaning not in, I think so.
Is that correct or not?
It is correct in Chinese, but I'm not sure whether in English it's the same.
Yeah, indeed. So they call it indeed. Your name comes indeed from the Chinese Vietnamese group of Vietnamese names. But indeed, we can use the Chinese meaning in English, no problem. All right, let's continue to we. Good evening of Huyen.
Yeah. Good evening, teacher. My name is Thanh Huyền. The deep meaning of my name is successful. Successful. Yeah, and I be I have played online game in uh, my 16 to 18. Yeah,
Okay, and what kind of game did you play?
and yeah, do you know Empire game?
Yes.
Yeah, online game.
This
I
one,
like.
Age of Empire.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, exactly. This game. I really, I am a addicted of this game. Because when I play this game, I know um, how to. I need to use my brain. Is right, right? I need to use I'm sorry. Um, I need to. I learn a lot of good, mm, good
I would say,
tactical. Tactical. Yeah, it's right. Uh,
yeah,
and I,
analytical. Like you have to think about building something up, using resources, building a city, making. Like you have
yeah,
to analyze all the kinds of different options you have, and then make the best decision. I think it develops quite a lot of analytical skills if you play the game of Age of Empire. Because you really have to think about the progress you have to make of your city, how to build your armies, how to use all the possible resources. Yeah, I would say analytical skills.
And okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's continue. And we have our warm-up video here. And you can see below the picture there's a link. So if you click on the link, you will get the video. So please have a look. So, Lynn, can you discuss this video in 60 seconds?
Yes, this video shows us some bad effects of playing online games on people, especially on the youth. Playing online games in a long time can cause some health problems and also will affect your study because if you spend a lot of time on playing games, you can't have enough time to study and you will get bad marks.
Excellent. Yeah. Indeed, it discusses the bad influences of online gaming on people, young people. Very well. And Dao, what did you see in this clip?
I see the effect and the.
I saw.
I saw the effect and the symptom of my game. The symptom is dry eyes and bad body posture. And the effect is bad mark, less interactive with family and friends, and decrease money.
Perfect. Yeah, indeed. So you have back problems, back.
And it seems to be
problems.
on is yeah. It seems to be that on the effect and symptom is bad. I didn't see any good point of my game in the video.
Correct. Yeah, indeed. Me too. We also have mental problems as well. Yeah, very well. And Tan Yuan, could you discuss the consequences of online gaming? Are you familiar with these problems of online gaming?
And this video show us some negative effect of game online. When people being addicted of game online, people might become depression because they lack of connection with another people. And,
1 second. You said desperation. What do you mean? Is that depression you want to say?
depression. Depression. Yes. Depression. Yes, it was depression. I'm sorry.
And can you shortly explain to us what does that mean? What when a person have a depression, what does that mean?
Because they lack of contact with another people. They don't have a time to chat and to chat with another people. So they become a self-centered.
Yeah, in a way, yeah, it's depression has to do with your brain. So when you feel depressed, I would say you have you're not feeling happy. You always feel a little bit down. You have not very you're not very energetic. You don't have a lot of motivation to go to work. You maybe don't have good concentration at work or university or school. It affects your functioning in daily life. That's what I would say is depression. Okay, thank you, both Dao Yan, Dao, and Lin, for our discussion about the video clip. And I would like us to continue. And I think all three of you are familiar with this slide. So we have on our left side column A with the definitions, and on the right hand side in column B, the words matching the definitions in column A. So Lin, could you match definition A with the correct words and please create a sentence using that word?
The letter A, to separate somebody, something physically or socially from other people or things. Please isolate. Number 2.
Perfect. And could you please make a sentence with that word?
Yes. Playing online games will isolate you from your friends and family.
Perfect. Indeed, playing online games will isolate you from your friends and family. Correct. And Dao, for you, letter B, definition B.
A game, an activity, etc. that provides entertainment and pleasure. Amusement.
Yes, amusement. And for you, the same task. Please make a sentence with the word amusement.
I choose shopping as an amusement.
Yeah. Is that an amusement, spending money, huh? Or is it about finding a nice? All right. Very good. Thank you, Dao. And Tan Yen, for you, C.
I think C is the fact of continuing to try to do something despite difficulty. I think it's the number 3, number 6, persistence.
Persistence.
Persistent.
Do you understand that word?
I'm not understand clearly. Yeah, could you
I can explain. So I would say a person who experienced difficulties or problems in his life. Let's see, how would I say that correctly? A person who experienced difficulties or problems in his life, but still is going forward and being happy and hard working, for example. has a strong persistence. So I would say somebody who has a strong motivation and is hardworking despite all the difficulties, all the problems he had in life. He keeps going or she keeps going forward. That means you have a strong persistence.
Yeah, I understand. Yes. And yeah, persistent. I need to create sentence.
I don't think you have to per se. I think I did that for you.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest words of using. So maybe you can make a sentence using the word adversely.
Yeah, adversity. And
So adversely is matched with the definition negative and unpleasant, not likely to produce a good result.
the the marketing, the result of marketing program um, is an adversity. Is right. Is a the marketing
So let's see. So marketing,
program.
the marketing program.
Um, the result of marketing program is an is a adversely.
I would say it maybe like this. The marketing program had an adversely effect on the company, meaning maybe you wanted to, you created a new product in your company and you created a marketing program to put it out there
Yes.
and you wanted to, of course, sell this product. But instead of that, the marketing program of commercial was so bad
Yes.
that nobody wanted to buy the product. Something like that.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, so it has a negative effect on something you want to achieve.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. And then Lynn, for you, E.
Yes. Letter E. Give comfort or sympathy to somebody who's unhappy or disappointed. I think it is console. Number 3.
Yeah, to console. And can you use that word in a sentence?
As I try to console him.
Yeah, so you console him about or when he is feeling not well or feeling unhappy.
As
Very good. And then Dao, for you the last one, F.
To take something into the mind and learn or understand it. Absorb.
To absorb. Yeah. And
Absorb.
Yes, and can you use that in a sentence?
I always absorb the new ideas.
Perfect. Yeah. All right. So on this slide, we're going to use some idioms. And the meaning of idioms can be simply said as sayings. And we have for today's class 3 idioms. So blackout, out of touch, and give it your best shot. And Tan Yuan, could you make a sentence using the idiom blackout?
Uh, blackout.
So let's look at first at the meaning. So to become unconscious for a short time. Tan Yen, what does the word unconscious mean?
Unconscious is you don't feel anything. Don't feel anything about the. Don't feel anything and no meaning. Yeah, something like the brain is a stupid. Don't work.
Yeah, so I think like meaning the word of conscious means that you are active in your brain. So you are conscious is meaning you can think clearly, you have an understanding of something. When you are unconscious, this literally means that your body and your brain are not connected.
Yeah.
And you, as Dao put in the chat, you faint. And it literally is you go like, look at me in the webcam, you go like this.
Yeah.
You're gone for a few seconds. Your body is shutting down, and you're not aware of anything anymore. So that's being unconscious or to faint. We call that a blackout.
Yeah.
Yeah. So can you use the idiom blackout?
By staying, by hard working for 3 days, I become unconscious.
So yeah.
3 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah. That's good. So let's say after working 3 days, after 3 days of hard working, I became unconscious. But you should use blackout. So I would say after 3 days of hard working, I blacked out at work for a few seconds.
Yeah. It sounded not working like that. Why is it to be black out? Is yeah.
So you can use blackout as a verb. So to blackout. So I blacked out, or he blacks out. Something he blacked out. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And Lynn, for you, out of touch.
And my friends, my best friend, uh, my friend start has been studying overseas for 2 years. We
Yes.
nearly out. We are nearly out of touch with each other.
Perfect. My friend is studying for more than 2 years overseas, and we almost got out of touch with each other. Yeah, perfect way of using it. All right, and then Dao, for you, give it your best shot.
Give it your best shot. Difficult. Difficult to make a sentences with it. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I give my project the best shot.
I'm sorry, can you say that one more time?
I give my project the best shot. Is that okay?
Yeah, I would say, for example, to turn it around, I am very bad in, shall I use, in playing guitar, but I gave it my best shot. Something like that. So when you gave it your best shot, and that means like you do the best you can do.
Okay.
Try your hardest. All right.
I'm uh,
Yes.
I'm not good. I'm not good at English, but I give it my best shot.
Yes. Yes. But you can maybe better say I'm not good in speaking English, but I gave it or I give it my best shot.
Yeah. Okay.
Because English is a language and you speak it, you can say I'm not good in English, but it's better to say I'm not good in speaking English. All right. So, continuing to our essential structures, or we can say our grammar slide, we're going to use the passive voice. And with that, we have a subject using the verb be combined with another verb in the part participle, or as you can see here in the example, in the past tense. Um, Meaning the passive voice. When we have the passive voice, the subject has not been named. I call that it's general, or maybe we can use better the word it in English. So it doesn't have a name. For example, he, she, or as in the examples, Simon, Alex, etc. That's what we call a passive voice. So in the example, you can see Mark often plays StarCraft through the night due to game addiction. And then you can say time is wasted due to game addiction. And by using the word time, that is not a personal subject. Time is not an he, it's not a she. Time has not a name, it's simply it. Do you understand that?
Yes.
No.
Okay. So, Tan Yen, could you try to make a sentence from the first sentence using the passive voice?
What does it mean of neglect? He neglect other area of life. What does it mean of neglect?
To neglect
Yeah.
simply means to neglect, don't pay attention
Don't
anymore.
pay attention anymore. Yeah.
Or you let it. You just simply, like for example, you neglect your responsibility. That means that you're not doing anything about meeting your deadline, or you neglect your task of taking care of the house, and everything is a mess.
Yes.
Just you don't pay attention anymore to what you have to do, to what you have to do. Maybe that's a better extra. So don't pay attention anymore to what you have to do.
Yeah. Time. Uh, I understand the structure, but I don't know how can you use this sentence. I'm sorry.
Okay, let's maybe see.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's okay. Lynn, can you give it a try?
Yeah, for the first,
Can you try to make a sentence from number 1?
the first one, yeah. The areas of life. First,
I cannot hear you clearly, Lynn.
yeah. Now, can you hear me?
No?
Can you hear
No.
me?
That's a little bit better.
Yeah.
Good.
Other
Yeah.
areas of life is neglected because Simon spent much time on playing online games.
Yeah. So other areas of life are neglected um, by playing online games, something like that. Yeah. So as you can see, Tom. So what we do in this point, what Linda did, is other areas of life has no, it has not given any name. Just I cannot describe it differently. You have to say it's not been named. So it doesn't have any personal identity. It's just life. It. So you have to make a subject using an it. So that can be any noun, which is not personal. Okay. And Dao, for you, sentence number 2.
This proportionate amount of money is spent on online game.
Yeah. A disproportionate amount of money is spent on playing online games. Yeah, that's a good way to make it. Or money is spent in a wasteful way by playing online games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Tan Yuan, can you try one more time and this time use number 3?
Yes. Number 3. A little bit difficult. I try. An a game online game is a method of avoidance when Maria confront with uncomfortable situation.
Um, For example, indeed, I understand what you want to say. So let's try it differently. Games. Online games are played to avoid uncomfortable situations.
Online games are played to avoid uncomfortable. Yeah.
I think something like that you want to say. So somebody starts playing online games when he is confronted with uncomfortable situations and tries to avoid them. So you understand the structure, right, Tom?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay, it's not the easy. Personally, I find this as a teacher also not the easiest structure to explain as well. It's not the easiest grammar rules, the passive voice. All right, so let's continue. And I want all 3 of you to talk together about playing online games. And Lynn, you talk about an advantage of playing online games. Dao, you talk about a disadvantage of playing online games. And Tan Yuan, you can answer Lin and Dao by asking them why they think it's an advantage or a disadvantage. So Lin, you talk about a good thing, Dao, you talk about a bad thing, and Tan Yuan, you ask both of the ladies why they think that. Okay?
Yeah.
So Lin, you can start. So for example, Lin, you can say, I think that, yeah?
I think the most obvious advantage of playing online games is to help you relax after long hours of working or studying, help reduce your stress.
Excellent. So for example, Tan Yuan, now you can ask her, why do you think it reduces stress? Something like that, Tan.
Yes. Link, why do you think game online can reduce stress?
I think that play online games is an effective way to relax your mind. Um, but it is noteworthy that you need to choose the type of game, play a violent game to relax your mind. That you can buy something like a musical game to relax.
Excellent. Okay, and now Tan Yuan, you can ask Dao about a disadvantage.
Besides the good uh, effect of game online, now what do you think about the negative effect of game online?
Online game offer not only entertainment, relax, but also some bad effect. In my viewpoint, the first one, it will affect your learning attitude. The second, it will affect your relationship with your friend, your family, less of interactive. The third, it also harm your health and your how to say your posture. You will have a bad body posture as a video clip.
Yes. Why do you think it can harm your health? Our health?
Yeah, it may harm our health because as you know, almost the children, the adult or teenager who play game online already wearing glasses. That is the first signal for harming your health. The second is your backbone. Uh, you will have a bad body posture after long time play game online. And it also can cause many terrible diseases. It as a result of playing online game for a very long time.
Thank you, Dao. Perfect answer. Okay, and then last question for Tan Yuan. What do you think about playing online games?
I think I have the same opinion with Link and Down. The online game online have also advantage and disadvantage with our with the people with people. And the first, we can relax after a hard working day. Because we don't need to think about our job, our stress, some stress issue, and
Yes, and an disadvantage is?
we can relax Yeah. We can
So
relax when we play game online. Yeah. And the disadvantage is it can ruin our health because by play game online too much our our eye can
be heard.
dry and yeah can hurt.
Excellent. All right. Indeed, good discussion by all of you. Indeed, so I would agree as well. Playing online games has sometimes an advantage. Um, remember in the beginning of our class we talked about the game Age of Empire, and I think sometimes a game like that, where you really have to think about how to develop your city or something else, it can really learn you to think analytical. So that can be a positive thing about playing games. And yes, there are also disadvantages, such as the physical side and the mental side. Alright, very good. And as an assessment form, I heard two mistakes by all three of you in this last discussion. The first one is the verb to harm. To harm will have in the present tense also the s in the third person. So when you use, for example, it's not it online gaming. It harm your body. All of you said, or it harm your health. But it should be it harms. It harms. So use the correct present tense. And second one, which is a more difficult one to really explain in rules, but it's not very correct. I'm not sure who said it, but online of playing online games has advantage and disadvantage. Advantages has advantage and disadvantage. And this one, if you say sentence like this, you should put advantage and disadvantage in the plural form. So you should say playing online game has advantages and disadvantages. So that's maybe the use of the correct, the use of single and plural, the use of the single and plural form of a noun. So be careful with that. Make sure that you have the correct. Like playing online games is a like you say already games, right? So playing online games is more than one, plural. Then you should also have the nouns describing the subject also in the same form. So if the subject is plural, you should have the describing nouns also in the plural form. Do you understand that?
Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
So can you correct the sentence?
Yeah. So playing online games has advantages and disadvantages. Just put an S behind it, each word. So advantages and disadvantages. Yeah, those were just 2 points grammar I picked up. For the rest, on our vocabulary today, I'm very happy. Especially also during the difficulty of the former words. So I would like to come back on. Let's have a look which one we had. This one here is maybe a difficult one. Unconscious. So being unconscious means that you're not aware of where you are because your brain and your body are disconnected from each other and you're in a sort of state of sleeping without dreaming. I'm not a doctor to explain it correctly, but it's like you have your brain and your body are not, you're not conscious of being where you are. Let's see, which other word was difficult?
It is so funny when your brain and your body disconnect.
Yeah, you're unconscious. I don't know how to explain it. I've never really been clearly unconscious, so I don't really know what it is. And another word maybe a difficult one was persistence. So I gave the definition of a person who experienced difficulties or problems in his life, but still is going forward and is hardworking. That one has a strong persistence. So yeah, that's the other difficult vocabulary word. But for the rest, I was very happy with all three of you using English, so not really any issues. The pronunciation was good, not really any particular repetitive problems, maybe a few words, but for the rest very well. So yeah, we discussed some words related to the online games, the use of idioms. So indeed, blackout, huh? So it's the same as being unconscious, being out of touch, and give it your best shot. And remember that means that you are focusing all your energy and all your skills and all your talents to try the best you can do. Give it your best shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. And oh yeah, and the passive voice, which was a not the easiest one. So let's have a short look again about how I described that. So the subject has not been named. It is a general form. For example, the word it. So it hasn't a female or masculine subject. So, ladies, does anybody of you have a question?
Yeah. No.
No.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Yes, you explained really easy to understand.
All right, then I hope that you picked up and learned something in this lesson. And I'm going to wish you a good night.
Yeah. Good night, teacher.
Okay.
See you later.
Goodbye.
Good night, teacher. Have a nice